Hey there, all you conspiracy nuts out there. This is my first video on YouTube, so just sit by and enjoy the Beethoven. It'll get your head cleared, and then I'm going to talk about Obama's newest executive order, which gives Interpol immunity in the United States. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that Beethoven. It's always good to hear that. It's supposed to make your brain think better, I guess. Anyways, I'm going to talk about Obama's latest executive order. Executive Order 13524. Basically what he's saying here is he's saying, by the authority vested in me as president by the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, including Section 1 of the International Organizations Immunities Act, and in order to extend the appropriate privileges, exemptions, and immunities to the International Criminal Police Organization, brackets, Interpol, it is hereby ordered that Executive Order 12425 of June 16th, 1983, as amended, is further amended by deleting the first sentence, the words, except those provided by Section 2C, Section 3, Section 4, Section 5, and Section 6 of that Act, and the semicolon that immediately precedes them, followed by Mr. Barack Obama's signature. So anyways, basically what he is saying here, and I'm going to provide all the links so you guys can check it out yourself, is he's saying this Executive Order 12425, which he's updating, which was written by Reagan in 1983, he's saying we're going to cut out a sentence out of that. And the sentence that he's cutting out basically says, the part where he says, you know, it is hereby ordered that Executive Order 12425 blah 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 is further amended by deleting from the first sentence the words quote unquote except those provided by Section 2C, Section 3, Section 4, Section 5, and Section 6 of that Act. Basically what he's saying here is that that's the part he's going to have removed, and that part is basically the part that puts limitations on Interpol that are different than the limitations put on foreign governments. Like a foreign government, you know, they have a certain amount of immunity in their embassy. You know, it's like it's considered immune from certain legal prosecution and stuff like that, you know, from search and confiscation, and basically the exact parts he's having removed I'm going to read to you. So here's the parts he's having removed. This is Section 2C. It's talking about, you know, the immunities and exemptions that international organizations receive, and it's saying properties and assets of international organizations, wherever located and by whomsoever held, shall be immune from search unless such immunity be expressly waived, and from confiscation. The archives of international organizations shall be inviolable. Alright, so what he's saying here is he's saying that they're immune from search and confiscation now. Inviolable means secure from violation or profanation, to secure from assault or trespass. So basically what they're saying is nobody can touch Interpol. an FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, can't touch Interpol. Now, this is a problem because they're not a diplomatic agency. They're a law enforcement agency. They're not here to negotiate with us like a foreign embassy is. They're here to act as a police force for the United Nations because that's who they work for. So they're saying that, the Congress or an FBI agent or a military personnel, if anybody in our government wanted to look into Interpol, they couldn't do it. If they thought they were doing something illegal, they couldn't do it now. That's what they're saying. They're not just saying me and you can't request it. They're saying that anybody that's part of this constitutional government cannot touch Interpol, even though they're operating on our soil. Section 3, which he takes out, has to do with taxation on importation, on bringing stuff in. Like, here's what it says: pursuant to regulations prescribed by the Commissioner of Customs with the approval of the Secretary of the Treasury, the baggage and effects of alien officers and employees of international organizations, or of aliens designated by foreign governments to serve as their representatives in or to such organizations, or of the families, suits, and servants of such officers, employees, or representatives, shall be admitted when imported in connection with the arrival of the owner, free of custom duties and free of internal revenue taxes imposed upon or by reason of importation. So what they're saying is that me and you, we have to pay to bring stuff into this country, but Interpol doesn't have to pay now. So not only are they diplomatically immune, which means that nobody can touch them in our government, they're also now financially immune. They don't have to pay any taxes for this. They can bring in tons of cocaine, and distribute it throughout high schools, and not have to pay in jail time, not have to pay through justice. They don't have to. I mean, this is all ridiculous. Section 4 has to do with taxation regarding wages and employees and such. There's a lot to it. I didn't really understand it, but I got the gist of it. It has to do with taxation. Section 6, which is the last part that Obama had erased, says international organizations shall be exempt from all property taxes imposed by or under the authority of any act of Congress, including such acts as are applicable solely to the District of Columbia or the territories. So now they're saying, what they're saying here is that, because this has been removed too, is that Interpol doesn't have to pay property taxes. So, so even if Congress comes and says, hey man, you got to pay, you got to start paying to be here, they don't have to oblige by that, because they're being treated like a foreign embassy. They're being treated like a negotiator now, basically, even though they're a police force. And that's kind of eerie to me. But yeah, so what they're saying is they don't have to listen to Congress. They don't have to listen to FBI. They don't have to listen to DEA, CIA. Nobody from our law enforcement can go after them on our soil. They're immune from it. It's crazy.